So welcome back to another episode of Madoka Magica. Now the previous episode was just revelations galore. And by that I mean there was one big revelation that was kind of wild, kind of crazy, and I don't fully know what it actually means. Kyouko said that it takes the souls of the magical girls and it puts those souls into the soul gem, so their bodies are basically just like a flesh mecha for them to control, for the gem to control, which is kind of crazy. And if the gem is more than 100 meters away from the body, then that body kind of becomes uncontrollable. You can't control it, so it just goes bad, basically. It just drops. So that's crazy. I don't know what it means. Like, for in the grand scheme of things, it means, well, one thing is for sure, you're certainly not supposed to lose that soul gem and you're not supposed to get it destroyed. But also, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't seem necessarily like that bad of a thing. It doesn't seem like it's unnecessarily, yeah, like just a completely bad thing. It feels like you can use that to your advantage, but obviously we need to read the fine print. Read the fine print, read all of the details on the contract or wherever that's written. So I feel like it's not all that black and white. It's not just, is it good or is it bad? I feel like there's a lot of nuance to it, so I'm curious about it. Also, one thing that you guys told me to think about maybe is, why did Homura act as quickly as she did when it happened? And that definitely was one of the things that stood out, because Homura usually, she isn't, I don't know, she does go to help Madoka and stuff, but she was extremely sharp. It was the first time we saw her really zip around as fast as she did when she was going to retrieve Sayaka's soul or soul gem. So I wonder what made her do that. She does seem like she knows about the soul gems and the souls inside them, or at least she didn't seem shocked when Kyouko revealed it. So she definitely knows something more. And obviously we know that she's been hiding a lot of things, but she knows something about the souls as well. So that's interesting to see. Also, another thing, they were talking about Walpurgisnacht, which they said that, or Homura said that she's gonna be here until then, and then she'll leave. Now, I didn't actually realize that Walpurgisnacht is a real holiday, because we also celebrated. Everyone, I'm pretty sure most countries in Europe celebrate, not everyone, but most countries in Europe celebrated. And you go, well, like, light a fire and stuff. And it was actually on 1st of May, right? I had some friends who went to light a fire and stuff, and I didn't realize that was called Walpurgisnacht, because we don't call it that. So that's interesting to hear. I'm pretty sure I read up on it, and I'm pretty sure it's about like witch hunts and stuff like that, right? And I'm guessing it signifies like burning witches and stuff, I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't do an extensive search on it. But that's interesting. We don't know what it obviously means yet in the context of the anime, but I am curious about it. Also, Homura did end up saving Sayaka 3 times now, and Sayaka still hates her guts. So that's interesting. Also, another thing, Sayaka never saw, I didn't know that until you guys pointed it out. Obviously, it was, you could see it from episode 3, but I didn't notice it until you pointed it out. Sayaka never saw Mami tie up Homura. So Sayaka thought that Homura just let Mami die without doing anything. So I guess that's one of the reasons why she hates Homura so much. And Sayaka, obviously, I don't know if she wants to become like Mami. I feel like that's kind of her excuse of being like, I don't really have a goal anymore, so I'll just try to become like Mami, and maybe it will all work out for the better, right? I feel like that's more so in the line of what she's thinking. I don't think her actual true goal is to save people like, let's say, Madoka is, because I feel like that's what Madoka actually thinks. I don't know. It's so interesting. As I said, I think Sayaka is the most unreadable character in the show right now, because everyone else seems to kind of carry their heart on their sleeves. So I wonder. This is gonna be so good and so bad at the same time. I can't wait to see what happens. Another thing. You know how I said I wonder why Homura was so fast to save Sayaka? My theory on it, I was thinking about it, like last night I was lying in my bed and I was thinking about Madoka, like every single day since we started Madoka. That's all I've been doing, and I've been thinking that maybe the reason for it is because Homura knew maybe that something would snap in Madoka if she would be the one responsible for Sayaka's death. And I feel like that may be the reason for Sayaka's actions there, or sorry, Homura's actions there. Maybe she knew that she couldn't let. Now we don't know if the body, maybe if the body is away from the soul gem for for an extended period of time. Maybe what happens to the witch? We don't know. Maybe the witch just withers away and dies. Or sorry, the magical girl, not the witch. Maybe she withers away and dies. Maybe nothing happens. We don't know. But maybe what if she does die because of that? Maybe Homura was trying to prevent Madoka for experiencing this kind of tragic event happening, right? I feel like that would be a pretty good motivator for Homura, maybe? I don't know. Those are all just my theories. I just want you guys to hear what I'm thinking out loud, so you can like laugh at me at how wrong it is and stuff like that. So I feel like that's gonna be more fun. Anyways, I feel like I'm gonna get all of my answers at some point, eventually. Probably in like the last movie that's coming out at some point this year. Probably gonna be like 31st of December in Japan, and it's gonna be 1 year for a global release. Anyways. I guess without further ado, let's go into... Hey, actually, if you wanna watch this uncut and unblurred, it's gonna be on my Patreon, which is down in the description, as always. And without further ado, let's go into Madoka Magica, episode 7. Sayaka?
騙してたのね、私たちを。僕は魔法少女になってくれってきちんとお願いしたはずだよ。実際の姿がどういうものか説明を省略したけれど。なんで教えてくれなかったのよ。聞かれなかったからさ。知らなければ知らないままで何の不都合もないからね。事実、あのマミでさえ最後まで気づかなかった。
That's... Okay.
そもそも君たち人間。
Let me talk about Mami. You guys killed all of the hope I had for Mami. Maybe, just maybe she wasn't dead. Maybe because her body was crushed, maybe her soul gem would still be alive and she would be alive. No, you guys told me that her soul gem transformed into a hair ribbon, which, well, we know the fate of that. Thanks, guys.
魂の存在なんて最初から自覚できてないんだろう。そこは神経細胞の集まりでしかないし、そこは循環器系の中枢があるだけだ。
That is pretty
そのくせ、生命が維持できなくなると人間は精神まで消滅してしまう。そうならないよう、僕は君たちの魂。循環器系の中枢があるだけだ。その
When the human body ceases to function, the soul is lost. Okay, yeah, but not the other way around. When the soul is lost, the human body ceases to function. Because we are seeing here, the soul was lost, or I guess placed in another vessel, but the human body still continues to function. So it's not the other way around. Okay.
生命が維持できなくなると人間は精神まで消滅してしまう。そうならないよう、僕は君たちの魂を実体化し、手に取ってきちんと守れる形にしてあげた。少しでも安全に魔女と戦えるように。
You see, this fucker makes it sound like it's not a bad thing.
君は戦いというものを甘く考えすぎだよ。例えば、お腹に槍が刺さった場合、肉体の痛覚がどれだけの刺激を受けるかっていうとね。これが本来の痛みだよ。ただの一発でも動きやしないだろう。君が京子との戦いで最後まで
Okay, enough.
強すぎる苦痛が生物にいたからさ。君の意識が肉体と直結していないからこそ可能なことだ。おかげで君はあの戦闘を生き延びることができた。
Kyouko was holding that for way too long.
慣れてくれば完全に痛みを遮断することもできるよ。もっとも、それはそれで動きが鈍るから、あまりおすすめはしないけど。
Ah, interesting.
どうして私たちをこんな目に。戦いの運命を受け入れてまで、君には叶えたい望みがあったんだろう。それは間違いなく実現したじゃないか。
Can you accept your true feelings? Okay, I feel like I'm pausing a lot, but I have so much to say. Can you accept your true feelings is the title of the episode. That feels like it's gonna be talking about Sayaka because I was about to say earlier, just when Kyubei said you had a wish that you were willing to fight for your entire life for, right? And you had that wish fulfilled. So I think Sayaka didn't actually even remotely realize the magnitude of the wish. I feel like making the contract and making the wish was extremely spontaneous and extremely emotionally driven in the moment. And I feel like now that it's catching up to her what it actually means to make a wish, I feel like she's having a lot of trouble handling, like, accepting it, and just it's so hard to watch. I feel so bad for her, even though I know what she does is she does a lot of things that people don't agree with, and I do see that what she's doing a lot of the time is wrong from like a neutral perspective, right? And like if you were look at it like objectively, but you can't, and it's so hard. I feel so bad for her. She's such an incredibly written character, but I feel so bad for her.
起立。礼。
Sayaka. That must feel so weird.
ホムラちゃんは知ってたの？
It feels like she did.
どうして教えて
Yeah.
くれなかったの？前もって話しても、信じてくれた人は今まで一人もいなかったわ。キューベイはどうしてこんなひどいことをするの？あいつはひどいとさえ思っていない。人間の価値観が通用しない生き物だから。
Yeah, we could see that.
正当な対価だと、そう言い張るだけよ。全然釣り合ってないよ。あんな体にされちゃうなんて。さやかちゃんはただ好きな人の怪我を治したかっただけなのに。
You're too
奇
pure,
跡であること
Madoka.
に違いはない
Yeah,
わ。
I was about to say that it's still a
不
wish.
可能を可能にしたんだから。三木さやかが一生を費やして介護しても、あの少年が再び演奏できるようになる日は来なかった。奇跡はね、本当なら人の命でさえ贖えるものじゃないのよ。それを売って歩いているのがあいつ。さやかちゃんは元の暮らしには戻れないの。前にも言ったわよね。三木さやかのことは諦めてって。さやかちゃんは私を助けてくれたの。さやかちゃんが魔法少女じゃなかったら、あの時、私もひとみちゃんも死んでたの。感謝と責任を混同してはダメよ。あなたには彼女を救う手立てなんてない。引け目を感じたくないからって借りを返そうだなんて、そんな出過ぎた考えは捨てなさい。ホムラちゃん、どうしていつも冷たいの？そうね。きっともう人間じゃないからかもね。
The nail.
こんな体になっちゃって、私どんな
The line of don't confuse gratitude with responsibility. Oh shit, that's a hard line. Like that's such a insane line. It makes sense. It makes sense because I don't know. What is Sayaka doing this out of? It is more so responsibility. I feel like she doesn't know it either. Or I feel like she doesn't really. I feel like she's just going along because she needs to. Yeah, so it is the responsibility at the end of the day. Ooh, that's. Also, Homura said that she's no longer human. I feel like that's more of a metaphorical thing. I don't think she's literally no longer human. Well, let's discuss. What does it mean to be human? Okay, I'm not gonna go there. But. So, if every person, every human has a soul, does an animal have a soul as well? Because if not, then is having a soul what it means to be human? But Homura does have a soul as well, right? She has the ring, so I don't think she means that. it may just be more metaphorical in the sense of she's completely shut off her emotions, and emotions are what makes like someone a human. I don't know. I guess we'll see, but that was interesting. Also, I wonder what the nail was supposed to be because it was glowing in a sinister
ど
light.
うして京介に会えばいいのかな。いつまでもしょぼくれてんじゃねえぞ、ボンクラ。
Is that Kyouko? Oh, it was Kyouko.
ちょいとつらかしな。話がある。
Yeah, it feels like they did put their fighting aside for a little bit.
あんたさ、やっぱり後悔してるの？こんな体にされちゃったこと。私はさ、まあいいかって思ってるんだ。なんだかんだで、この力を手に入れたから好き勝手できてるわけだし、後悔するほどのことでもないってね。あんたは自業自得なだけでしょ。そうだよ、自業自得にしちゃえばいいのさ。自分のためにだけ生きてれば、何もかも自分のせいだ。誰を恨むこともないし、後悔なんてあるわけがない。そう思えば大抵のことは背負えるもんさ。こんなところまで連れてきて何なのよ。ちょっとばかり長い話になる。食うかい？
That's a shiny mother. Oh.
食い物を粗末にするんじゃねえ。殺すぞ。
I really like Kyouko.
ここはね、私の親父の教会だった。正直すぎて優しすぎる人だった。毎朝新聞を読むたびに涙を浮かべて真剣に悩んでるような人でさ。新しい時代を救うには新しい信仰が必要だって、それが親父の言い分だった。だからある時、教義にないことまで信者に説教するようになった。もちろん信者の足はぱったり途絶えたよ。本部からも破門された。誰も親父の話を聞こうとしなかった。当然だよね。傍から見ればうさんくさい新興宗教さ。どんなに正しいことを、当たり前のことを話そうとしても、世間じゃただの鼻つまみ者さ。私たちは一家揃って食うものにも程かくありさまだった。納得できなかったよ。親父は間違ったことなんて言ってなかった。ただ人と違うことを話しただけだ。5分でいい。ちゃんと耳を傾けてくれれば正しいことを言ってるって誰にでも分かったはずなんだ。なのに誰も相手をしてくれなかった。悔しかった。許せなかった。誰もあの人のこと分かってくれないのが私には我慢できなかった。だからキューベに頼んだんだよ。みんなが親父の話を真面目に聞いてくれますようにって。翌朝には親父の教会は押しかける人でごった返していた。毎日おっかなくなるほどの勢いで信者は増えていった。私は私で晴れて魔法少女の仲間入りさ。いくら親父の説法が正しくったってそれで魔女が退治できるわけじゃない。だからそこは私の出番だってバカみたいに意気込んでいたよ。私と親父で表と裏からこの世界を救うんだって。でもね、ある時からくりが親父にバレた。大勢の信者がただ信仰のためじゃなく魔法の力で集まってきたんだと知った時、親父はブチギレたよ。娘の私を人の心を惑わす魔女だって罵った。笑っちゃうよね。
私は毎晩本物の魔女と戦い続けてたってのに。それで親父は壊れちまった。最後は惨めだったよ。酒に溺れて、頭がいかれて、とうとう家族を道連れに無理心中さ。
What?
私一人を置き去りにしてね。私の祈りが家族を壊しちまったんだ。他人の都合を知りもせず、勝手な願い事をしたせいで、結局誰もが不幸になった。その時心に誓ったんだよ。もう二度と他人のために魔法を使ったりしない。この力は、すべて自分のためだけに使い切るって。
That's why she's so hell-bent on proving a point to Sayaka, on fighting Sayaka, on just showing her that her wish was a extremely bad one, and extremely I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Kyouko, and I feel so bad for Sayaka, because I feel like Sayaka's already realizing it without ever admitting it. I feel like she is realizing that her wish, something is lacking, and I feel like Kyouko is just bringing that out into the limelight, and I feel so bad for Kyouko. That backstory is fucked, man. Shit.
奇跡ってのはただじゃないんだ。希望を祈れば、それと同じ分だけの絶望がまき散らされる。そうやって差し引きをゼロにして、世の中のバランスは成り立ってるんだよ。なんでそんな話を私に。あんたも開き直って好き勝手にやればいい。自業自得の人生をさ。それって変じゃない？あんたは自分のことだけ考えて生きてるはずなのに、私の心配なんかしてくれるわけ？あんたも私と同じ間違いから始まった。これ以上後悔するような生き方を続けるべきじゃない。あんたはもう対価としては高すぎるもんを支払っちまってるんだ。だからさ、これからは釣り線を取り戻すことを考えなよ。
I don't know, Sayaka's gonna
そうさ。
okay with that.
私はそれをわきまえてるが、あんたは今も間違い続けてる。見てられないんだよ、そいつが。あんたのこと、いろいろと誤解してた。
I didn't think
そのことはごめん。謝るよ。でもね、私は人のために祈ったことを後悔してない。その気持ちを嘘にしないために、後悔だけはしないって決めたの。これからも。なんであんたは。私はね、高すぎるものを支払ったなんて思
I
って
feel
ない。
like that's a lie.
この力は使い方次第でいくらでも素晴らしいものにできるはずだから。
I don't know, actually.
それからさ、
I think it is, but I'm not sure.
そのリンゴはどうやって手に入れたの？お店で払ったお金はどうしたの？言えないんだね。なら、私、そのリンゴは食べられない。もらっても嬉しくない。バカ野郎！私たちは魔法少女なんだぞ！他に同類なんていないんだぞ！私は私のやり方で戦い続けるよ。それがあんたの邪魔になるなら、前みたいに殺しに来ればいい。私は負けないし、もう恨んだりもしないよ。
Oh, okay, I don't know if I'm reading too deep into Sayaka's character. I may be completely wrong here, but I feel like everything Sayaka is saying is everything she wants to feel. I really can't see Sayaka actually feeling that way. At least up until now, everything that we've seen from Sayaka seems to have been her just wanting to make this fake facade of I have this goal that I wanna still fulfill. My wish wasn't wasted. I still can do great things. I feel like that's all a facade for her. And that's why I was so scared when Kyouko said that she made a mistake by making that wish, because I think Sayaka would never ever admit to that wish being a mistake, because I feel like that would completely wreck her, because she threw away her entire life on a whim of making that one wish, and I feel like her admitting that that wish was a mistake would just, I don't think she could do it. I don't think she's strong enough mentally to do it, because that would obviously require immense just mental fortitude, and I don't think Sayaka has it. Also, another thing, I really like how the fact that, or the reason that Kyouko was so against Sayaka throwing away food is obviously because she used to not have any food, because she used to be completely broke. So that was a nice detail, I guess, there. But damn, I feel like Sayaka, I don't know. As I said, she's the character that I can't read at all. That's why I'm just guessing here. And it may be a complete reach and I may be completely wrong, but that's just how I feel from the vibe that Sayaka gives off. If Madoka was saying stuff like that, or even Homura, I would have an easier time believing it, but not Sayaka. It sounds great on paper what Sayaka is saying. This has a completely different feel than it did back in episode 1.
昨日はどうかしたんですの？ああ、ちょっとばかり風邪っぽくてね。さやかちゃん。大丈夫だよ。もう平気。心配いらないから。さて、今日も張り切って。
どうすけ？あら、
上条くん退院なさったんですの？
Is he on the crutch because of his muscle deteriorating while he was in school? He has such a feminine voice. I know that he has a female VA, but it sounds straight up like a girl. Yeah, I'm guessing he's on a crutch because of the muscles, right? Because I'm pretty sure physically he's been restored, like, injury-wise. All of it.
それで、話って何？恋の相談ですわ。私ね、前からさやかさんやまどかさんに秘密にしてきたことがあるんです。ずっと前から、私、上条京介くんのこと、お慕いしてましたの。そうなんだ。まさか瞳がね。なんだ、京介のやつ隅に置けないな。さやかさんは上条くんとは幼馴染でしたわね。腐れ縁っていうか、なんていうか。本当にそれだけ？私、決めたんですの。もう自分に嘘はつかない。
The opposite of Sayaka.
あなたはどうですか？さやかさん。あなた自身の本当の気持ちと向き合えますか？
No.
何の話をしてるのさ。
No way.
あなたは私の大切なお友達ですわ。だから、抜け駆けも横取りするようなこともしたくないんですね。上条くんのことを見つめていた時間は、私よりさやかさんの方が上ですわ。だから、あなたには私の先を越す権利があるべきです。瞳。私、明日の放課後に上条くんに告白します。丸一日だけお待ちしますわ。さやかさんは後悔なさらないよう決めてください。上条くんに気持ちを伝えるべきかどうか。私は。
Okay, sorry, I know I'm pausing a lot, but I have a lot to say during this episode. I feel like this is either one of two things. Number one, Hitomi is trying to make Sayaka actually take action, because she's been watching Sayaka and seeing how she is completely not active at all around like Kamijo, and maybe she is sussing out that Sayaka probably likes Kyosuke, right? So maybe she's trying to motivate her and being like, you know what, go and ask him out, or she actually does like him, and if that's the case, then we have another problem that's similar to Madoka's mom giving advice to Madoka, which, if this was just a normal high school setting without anything else going on, I feel like that would be pretty normal. It would be a bit of it's a really respectable thing to say from Hitomi's side, because she's bringing it out there. She's like, you're my friend. I like him as well. Let's just not do anything behind our backs and let's have a fair competition. And that's that, right? So if that was the case normally in high school, obviously there would be some tension and stuff like that, but it would be resolved way easier. Here, it's yet again a thing where Sayaka sacrificed her entire life and future just so Kyosuke could be here today. And Hitomi is trying to claim that. Or she's not trying to claim it, but you know what I mean. She's trying to claim Kyosuke away from Sayaka. Unbeknownst to... Obviously, Hitomi doesn't know. Unbeknownst to Hitomi that Sayaka sacrificed everything for him. So this is yet again... Unless it is the first option, which I would be happy with, question mark. I think, maybe. I don't know, actually. But if it's the second option, I am extremely, extremely worried. Because it's respectable for Hitomi to say all this, but the circumstances are so much different than she thinks they are, that it's scary.
Madoka, ついてっていいかな。さやかちゃんに一人ぼっちになってほしくないの。だから。あんた、なんでそんなに優しいかな。私にはそんな価値なんてないのに。そんな。私ね、今日後悔しそうになっちゃった。あの時瞳を助けなければって、ほんの一瞬だけ思っちゃった。正義の味方失格だよ。
I didn't even think about that. She is the one who saved Hitomi. Two people that she saved.
ありがとう。ごめんね。さやかちゃん。もう大丈夫。すっきりしたから。さあ行こう。今夜も魔女をやっつけないと。
I can't read Sayaka at all.
黙って見てるだけなんて意外だわ。今日のあいつは使い魔じゃなくて魔女と戦ってる。
Shit.
ちゃんとグリーフシードも落とすだろう。無駄な狩りじゃないよ。そんな理由であなたが獲物を譲るなんてね。あのバカ。手こずりやがって。まったく、見てらんねえっつうの。いいからもうすっ込んでるよ。手本を見せてやるからさ。
おい邪魔しないで。一人でやれるわ。あんた、まさか。その気になれば痛みなんて完全に消しちゃえるんだ。やめて、もうやめて。
No! A cute one. Okay. Okay. I'm scared. Once again. I'm once again scared. So the reason I say that is, so Sayaka did exactly what Kyubei told her that she could do, but it doesn't recommend it, right? So that would mean detach any physical connection to your body, or not physical, but any connection to your body, and just detach it completely so you won't feel any pain, but that would slow you down. That's what Kyubei said. Now, the reason I say that I'm scared because of that is, what does that entail? How does that affect her psyche? Because I feel like if you detach yourself completely from your body, it almost feels like you're playing like a game, right? You're just controlling this avatar. And if that's the case, then how far can you start taking things before you realize that what I do doesn't matter, because this is just a avatar I'm controlling, and what I'm doing will not have any consequence on me, on my soul. Nobody can hurt me. Even if they hurt my body, they can't hurt me. So that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that she's gonna go out of control because of that. And not like spiraling fast out of control. I feel like she might slowly but surely start escalating things that she's doing with the body. And I am worried about that. So I hope it doesn't go that way. I'm so worried about Sayaka. Also, it feels like she obviously is letting out the rage and the frustration and the sadness of potentially losing Kyosuke to her best friend, or one of her best friends, which would definitely, obviously, that would be, I don't even know how she could take that, because as I said, she sacrificed her entire life and future for Kyosuke's sake, and then Hitomi comes in, who she also saved, and she's like, you know what, I kind of like him. And it's such a bad situation for Sayaka. Man, Sayaka is the unluckiest person in the planet, because she feels like she's just a normal high school girl who is a bit too emotional and just, she presses start way too fast, but she's not a bad kid at all. She doesn't mean bad, even if she does end up being hypocritical and stuff, because obviously she found herself in a situation that she can't really fathom. So I feel so bad for Sayaka. Okay, anyways, I wonder how that's gonna play out. Kyouko, I really like her. I get why she's doing the things that she's doing. I get why she is the way she is. It makes a lot of sense, and I get why she was trying to get Sayaka out of this loop of self-hatred and lies. I don't think it worked at all, but I commend her for trying it. And I am scared to see where this is gonna take us next, because this episode has been so good. I know I paused it a lot, but I feel like I had a lot to say during the episode. It feels like right now, Sayaka's progression is the main focus of the show, and I'm so, I wouldn't say I'm enjoying it, but I'm so invested in it, and I'm so excited, question mark, to see what happens next with it. I feel like Madoka is just there seeing all this stuff, and I feel like the reason Madoka is here is to show us how all of the events happening around her, to her friends, to her acquaintances, to just random people around her, how those events, horrible events, will take effect on her and how they will slowly mold her into whatever she's gonna end up becoming. I'm scared for Madoka's future as well, obviously, but right now, primarily I'm scared for Sayaka, so I wonder where the story goes next. And I'm gonna end it here. I've been recording for an hour, even though this video is gonna be cut down a bit more, but still. So I need to finish this up. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.